Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl the Cobra Froch, former super middleweight unified world boxing champion and International Boxing Hall of Famer. And today marks 10 years since the big 80,000 knockout at Wembley Stadium where I rendered George Groves unconscious. Look at that little prop. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Oh, hang on a minute. No, we'll go into that in a minute. This episode is brought to you by Cobra Casino. So I can't actually believe 10 years has gone by so fast. And yes, these are the gloves that I chinned Groves with. It was that glove there, the right hand, boom.
You just missed it.
Straight on the big knockout. Don't worry, it's on, this is on repeat knockout. It just keeps playing over and over. I think we'll see a slow-mo in a minute. The left glove, oh, fucking hell. That's a bad one, isn't it? I'll tell you what, if I'm ever having a bad day, I'll put that on. And that's a bad day. Not my bad day. But anyway, they're the gloves. This is a little display. It's still got the cellophane on because it's been in the loft for nearly 10 years, but it will be coming out when I find a home for it. But yeah, that is, for me, it's the end of my career. And 10 years has gone so fast, it's unbelievable how quick it's gone. And I don't just want to talk about the rivalry, George Groves getting in my head in the first fight, and maybe the stoppage, it was a little bit too soon, maybe not. I thought Howard Foster did a great job. But we got the rematch. It filled Wembley Stadium, 80,000 fans. We take the piss. I take the piss out of myself. We have a laugh. I told Floyd Mayweather, who cares? It was 80,000 at Wembley Stadium. And I look back on that with massive pride. But forget the animosity. Me and George Groves, we get on now. We're mates. But it goes right back to when I was 8 years old as an amateur in Phoenix Boxing Club down the road, 5 minutes from here. And going through my whole amateur career, never actually thinking I was going to turn professional. Then I boxed for England. Then I won a medal in the World Championships in Belfast, and that's where I met Robert McCracken, my coach. And from there, he convinced me to turn professional. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think I was good enough to be a pro boxer. But he convinced me that I was. Training with him down in London, going to him in Birmingham and travelling down to London every week, Monday to Friday, for about 4 or 5 months. I then decided I'm going to turn professional. Without Robert McCracken, I would have never been a pro boxer. I really honestly don't think I would have been. And even with Rob, who I trusted so much, had so much respect for him, it still took me a lot of time to actually pluck up the courage, if you like, or make the decision. I was being paid a little bit of money on the amateur boxing funding, and I was quite comfortable. I had number 3 or number 4 in the world, whatever my ranking was, since winning the bronze in the amateurs. And it was like, do I turn pro? Do I stay amateur? What do I do? And I made that plunge and turned professional under the guise of Robert McCracken. It was his advice. I took it. I trusted him. And we had a great career. It's not all about the Wembley Stadium fight. I don't want my career to be remembered just for that big knockout at Wembley, because I had so many 10 or 11 world title fights back to back as well from Pascal.
So that topped it off then.
That did top it off. That was the big finisher, and that's the one that captured the public's imagination. And I had 3 pay-per-view fights on Sky Sports at the end of my career. The Mikel Kessler rematch. I lost to him in the first fight in a close one, beat him in the rematch. Then Groves won at Manchester, Groves 2 at Wembley Stadium. Now, that's a great career finisher. That's my defining moment, if you like. That's me on the crest of a wave saying, there's nothing left to do. I retired a world champion, so I lived the rest of my life a world champion. You know, I didn't finish on my back. I didn't finish getting KO'd, never been KO'd actually, so I can't talk about getting knocked out. I've been down on the floor twice, got up both times to win. First one was Jermaine Taylor, second one was George Groves. But anyway, my career from the amateurs right up to turning pro, to winning a British title, to then fighting Pascal for my first world title in December 2008, to then going through the Super 6 and then finishing at Wembley Stadium. It's just been so memorable. It's been unbelievable. I just look back with so much pride. And Matchroom Sports, Eddie Hearn got hold of me during the end of the Super 6 and finished my career on an absolute high.
So would you say that right hand then that you hit Groves with, was that your best punch you've ever landed?
Oh, that's a question. When I'm doing an evening with me and George Groves go around and we do a little tour, meet and greet, have a picture with the champ. And George, he was a champ as well. He won a WBA regular belt, don't forget. But the question often happens, is that your best punch? Was that the best punch you've ever thrown? Listen, it was the most significant punch. It settled a massive feud and a massive argument. And to be honest, I'm not a one-punch knockout man. If I hit somebody on the chin with one punch, see Butte took some big shots. Mikel Kessler walked into some big right hands. Glenkov Johnson, Arthur Abraham, I pummeled him all night long with this right hand. And many more before him. I knocked out Brian McGee with a nice uppercut. But there's not many that get knocked out with one punch. But Groves got flattened with one punch. And because that punch landed flush and clean. If I'd have said to George, stand there, don't move. Just put your chin up a little bit, drop that glove a little bit, don't move. I'm going to punch you in the face as hard as I can. And if I'd have lined it up, throw that check hook, right hand, are we on it? Yeah, it's there. We're not right on it. If I'd have said, stand there, don't move, I would not have been able to hit him any harder than what I hit him. It was almost a perfect punch at the perfect time. And to say that it was a grudge match and it had been built up so much and the whole nation was watching it, that's like, I don't know what that is. Is that like Grove said, is that a punch from the gods? Maybe it was a punch from the gods, but it was the last punch I threw in my career and I'm very, very proud of it.
So I think you have already answered this, but I'm going to finish my question. When you look back from where it all began, did you ever think you'd fight on such a big stage?
I don't think I did. No, I used to be quite a nervous amateur, nervous of losing, not getting hurt, never worried about getting hurt. I used to get hit. My big brother used to beat me up regular. I had quite a lot of fights in pubs, whatever. I could take a punch. I don't mind the digs. But I never wanted to lose, didn't want to get beat, the fear of letting people down. So when I started pro at the York Hall Bethnal Green, the famous East End boxing venue, the York Hall, it's like, what is it, 2,000, 2,500. I actually beat Brian McGee there for the British title. I had my pro debut there, I had 2 or 3 more fights, and my biggest fight there was against Brian McGee, defending my British title, and that was a tough one as well. You can fight Brian McGee, good, tough, solid ex-world champion. But when you fight in front of 3,000 people and you're nervous walking to the ring, you can never imagine fighting in front of even the Nottingham Arena, which I was like 8 or 9. And then onto the O2, 20,000, but it's a slow, natural progression. So to fight in front of 80,000 at Wembley Stadium, no, I never thought I'd be there. Never thought I'd be that big or good enough. And I thought, how would I cope with the nerves of walking to the ring in front of all them people? But to be honest, it happens slowly and surely. Like I said earlier, it's a natural progression. And by the time you're at that stage, and when you get that knock off the Sky Sports team, 6 minutes you're on, and you think to yourself, 6 minutes to the ring walk, and the hairs stand up on the back of your neck and your arms, and that adrenaline kicks in because it's fight time. Let's go. Then you're literally just switched on, focused, mentally and physically prepared. Don't forget that rematch. I had a sports psychologist because Groves wound me up that much in the first one. The second one, I took it double serious. I was speaking to a psychologist, Chris Marshall, little name drop there. He's a brilliant guy, and he got inside my head and made me understand how the mind works. So when I walked to the ring at Wembley Stadium, I was convinced, almost brainwashed, almost hypnotised that I'm going to win this fight. I've just got to concentrate, do my thing, go through the routine, take the centre of the ring, and it will happen for me. And it did. It's amazing what self-belief does. Don't forget, it was all hard work. I trained properly in Sheffield for 12 weeks. I stuck with it. The diet was spot on. I cut no corners. There was no stone unturned. Probably more so because I knew it was going to be my last fight. And I did. I retired after that fight. But no, it was some journey. And to finish off at Wembley Stadium and just retire at the top of that, the crest of that wave, it's a proud moment, it really is. Even 10 years on, to still talk to everybody about it and tell you, if you're bored, let me know. But if you're enjoying it, let me know in the comments. Where was you when that fight happened? Did you come to Wembley Stadium? Were you one of the 80,000 or was you watching it in one of the pubs? Because when I hear the stories about the pubs and the venues that were packed out, I'd have loved to have seen all the replays on cameras and hidden cameras cameras in the corner of pubs. I saw a few.
We did see a few.
But the elation of everyone and then the beers going everywhere, all because of me chinning Grovesy boy. Beautiful. So this is where it happened, the last round of the fight. It wasn't round 12, it was was it 8 or 9? Anyway, I'm getting closer to George here, body shots, see them body shots going in. I was getting my feet close, so I was getting caught with a couple of shots left up there. But here he is, he's backed up, his guard's low, little feint, left up right hand, straight down the pipe. And that just landed flush. So the check hook was a throwaway punch, got him reacting, and the right hand came out of his blind side and flush on the chin. Dropped him, look, he got up, there's a little check up, boom, right hand. See how it flicked his head back and bent his ear all around and all the snot and blood and sweat squirted out of his mouth. Probably not that dramatic, it's like Rocky 3. But look, that was the punch for me that, I don't know, I don't think there's a punch that tops that punch because of the magnitude of the event and because of the animosity and the whole build-up. So that put an end to the chapter, but it actually was the last punch I've thrown in my career, as you know. But yeah, very proud moment. Oh, fucking hell. Woo. Sorry, mate. I'll let you jump. Good shot on it.
So now let's talk about the 5v5. Hearn versus Bricktop. Who are you backing?
Does it say Hearn versus Bricktop on the notes from the producer?
Oh,
You say Frank Warren. Anyway,
It says Frank
Eddie
Warren.
Hearn, Frank Warren, aka Bricktop, you know who he is. They're against each other, 5v5. It's a concept that I'm looking forward to. It's out in Saudi Arabia. I think it's brilliant that this is happening. Two opposing promoters who hated each other before, couldn't be in the same room together, now working together and giving us some great fights. Let's be honest. I mean, brilliant, really. This fight's in Saudi Arabia tomorrow night, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I think Eddie Hearn wins this, mainly because the two heavyweight fights. He's got Deontay Wilder fighting
Zhilei Zhang.
Yeah, Zhilei Zhang, and then he's also got Hrgovic on his team, and he's against Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois could beat Hrgovic, but I just think Hrgovic is a bit more well schooled, a bit more pedigree. Excuse me. So I think Eddie's got the two heavyweights there that are potentially probably going to win. I think Wilder beats Zhang. Great fight. I think that's top of the bill. But Dubois, Hrgovic could be top of the bill for me because that's also a great fight. I just think Eddie Hearn's guys there come through that heavyweight fights, and I really am looking forward to that section of the 5v5. But who else we got?
We've got middleweights, Shiraz versus Williams.
Hamza Shiraz, great fighter, great prospect, middleweight British champ, I believe. He's a Commonwealth as well. He's fighting, who's he fighting?
Williams, Austin Williams.
Yeah, so that's a good fight. I think Hamza Shiraz comes through that.
Then we've got the light heavyweights, Dimitri Bivol versus Malik Zinat.
Yeah, listen, that fight I'm not that interested in because Beterbiev got injured, that fight's off, so Bivol, he does the job. But that's not in the 5v5. That was top of the bill after the 5v5.
We've got the featherweights, which is Roman Ford versus Nick Ball.
Nick Ball, what a fighter. Great, solid, strong, small, stocky, come forward fight. He was unlucky not to get the nod in his last fight. So this is his chance now to really show what he's got. I think he wins that. And
we've got light heavyweights, Willie Hutchinson and Craig Richards.
Again, another good fight. Craig Richards is a good little fighter. I like watching him. But this is a competitive, a lot of these are closely matched fights. But I've still got Eddie Hearn to win it.
Now let's finish with Usyk Fury 2.
Usyk Fury 2, yeah, when's that happening? December
21st.
So that fight's been announced. They've signed it, apparently, 21st of December. Tyson Fury rematch against Alexander Usyk. I actually called for Usyk to retire because I don't think there's much more he can do. But if he's still got that fire in his belly, still wants to earn some more bunts, he's probably got a lot he can do with that in Ukraine, the war-torn country, and is a man of morals and principles, and I can imagine if he earns a lot of money, like tens of millions, he'll put it to good use and it'll help his country. But that aside, it's a great fight. The first one was great. I don't think it could have gone either way, but it was very close. The right man won. Alexander Usyk did the business. How does it go in the rematch? I don't know. It's interesting. Will Tyson take him a bit more serious? I don't think Tyson Fury was fit enough for that first fight to fight the way he needs to fight and win, which he did in round, was it 5, 6 and 7? When he hit Usyk with that uppercut, he was being busier behind his jab, putting combinations together and getting off that straight lines, getting off the side, going around in circles and peppering with a jab and putting that right uppercut and right hook on. For Tyson Fury to do that and to win the fight, he needs to sustain that pace. So he has to be fitter. I'm not saying he didn't train for that first one, but the fitness let him down the stretch, because if he'd have come out around 10, 11 and 12 and put the pressure on Usyk, which he obviously couldn't do because he wasn't fit enough, he could have won that fight. Very close. Usyk won the first one. I honestly think Usyk is too clever to lose the repeat. I just think that he goes in there and he knows a little bit more now about Fury. He's worked him out. His computer brain is ticking overtime and he's got Tyson Fury's number. But it's still a great fight. One, I can't wait till it happens, 21st of December. It's not too long to wait, but yeah, it's good news that fight's happening. So, we have hit the milestone 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube, our YouTube boxing channel. My producer, my lovely wife, Rachel Froch. She's beautiful. She's not in vision.
That was me in the background with my phone dancing.
Are you coming in vision? You're not coming in vision, are you? It's out of order. But anyway, 100,000 subscribers. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Me and Rachel have been working on this channel now for well over a year, and it's not easy. But it's enjoyable. I enjoy getting in front of the camera, talking boxing, giving my opinion, being honest, fearing no one, and for the risk of sort of alienating myself from certain people or broadcasters or venues or promoters, and myself. I like to just be myself and be honest. And it's that man in the mirror moment. When I stand and look in the mirror, the guy that's looking back to me, it's all true. And I feel proud of that. And I feel proud that you, the subscribers, the people that listen to me, are backing me and you're behind me. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe, join the club, the Froch on Fighting, boxing YouTube channel, the biggest and fastest growing channel in the business. But I just want to say I'm very, very proud. In fact, where's the plaque? Where is the plaque?
Oh, it's in the post.
In the post.
Oh,
It's in the plaque's in the post. When the plaque comes, it'll be just here, very proud. I'll be sitting it there proud with my world titles. I'm going to keep going with this channel and keep bringing you what I think is fantastic content. Let me know in the comments below if you're loving the content or if you want something else, something extra.
We love your questions.
We'll work with you. We do love your questions. But yeah, I just wanted to give it a mention. We've hit the 100,000 milestone. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy. Well, that's it for another episode of Froch on Fighting. Hope you enjoyed it. So, the next time you're going to see me is Sunday. Don't forget, hit like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because this Sunday I'm doing my post-fight reaction to the 5v5. Eddie Hearn versus Bricktop in Saudi this weekend. Take a look at that and then listen to what I've got to say after that fight. But for now, this has been Froch on Fighting. See you next time.